Hi friends, I'm Natalie Carey, a certified personal trainer. Today I'm doing a 10-minute tonal workout that is designed to support happy and healthy shoulders. You can go ahead and set up your tonal so that one arm is at chest height and parallel, and then the other one is down at the lowest setting on the floor. Give them a little shake, make sure that they are locked into place. I will link in the description how to set this workout up in the custom section of your tonal, but you'll be using an external shoulder rotation, a wader march, and an incline plank with a shoulder tap. And we're gonna be doing things a little bit differently on one of those movements today, so please follow along. Go ahead and start your workout, and we'll begin with an external shoulder rotation. I'm not gonna stand up exactly how you are recommended to on tonal because I have limitations in my camera space. Go ahead, turn your weight on 3, 2, 1. Elbow stays pinned into your side, and you are using the back of that shoulder to pull this cable outward. I'm not doing a big movement. You don't need to do a big movement on this to get a lot of benefit for your shoulder joint. Ooh, a little shaky shake. Ooh, that one didn't count, a little bit bigger. There we go. Switch over to the second side. On this one, you should be able to see this from the back. I turn the weight on, elbows pinned in. This is my stronger side, so I'm able to make a bigger range of motion on that rotation. Now, if you have something going on that specifically with your shoulder and your physical therapist has given you a specific plan, make sure you check with them before you do these movements. Last one, and turn that weight off. YouTube videos and workouts are so great, so helpful, but nothing substitutes for personalized healthcare. Okay, so before we come down for this wader march, it's a little bit different than what's gonna show on your demo video screen. We are going to be doing an exercise called an arm bar. We are using the wader march weight setting in tonal and able to help us with this move. You're gonna set up down on the floor, and tonal should wait for us to start that timer before we turn the weight on. The leg that is on the same side as the arm that's weighted is bent. I'm gonna turn the weight on and roll over onto my side and bring the weight with me. My shoulder rotates above me. This other arm is overhead. All right, let's turn that weight on. 3, 2, 1. I push with my leg to roll over onto my side. Physical therapists will often do this with a very light dumbbell. The wader march setting on tonal is as close as we can get to that. Make sure you're keeping the elbows straight and that shoulder joint is rotating with you. Okay, turn the weight off and then situate yourself on the other side. Watch out for any cats that are hanging out with you. We turn the weight on and we push with that bent leg foot. You should feel your shoulder joint warming up with this. It should not feel like the most difficult exercise that you've ever done in your life. That's not what we're going for. We're going for shoulder stability in all different angles. Turn that weight off. And then we're coming over to your bench for an incline plank with a shoulder tap. You can also do this on the floor if you'd like to. We're only here for 20 seconds and we start to tap that opposite shoulder. We're placing the hand directly underneath your shoulder each time it comes down to the bench. If you want, you can also do this on the floor. It's up to you. And let's give our butts a little bit of a squeeze so that our hips don't move anywhere. To make this 10 minutes, we've got 2 more rounds of that. I have not programmed in a rest break. I'm gonna show you one other variation of this external shoulder rotation that I like to do. I put the strap, I situate it like this. I put the strap just below the break in my wrist. And I do the external rotation here, keeping that elbow as close to my side as possible. The reason I do it this way, sometimes people will cheat and they'll use their wrist doing this motion to get the weight out. This cuts the wrist out of the equation on that. I'm gonna do the same thing on this second side. Turning the weight on, 3, 2, 1. I really like to do workouts like this because so many people have limitations like shoulder pain, old shoulder injuries, where they can't do a bunch of the movements because they can't bring their arms overhead without pain. And doing motions like this that help us increase our shoulder stability and make it strong in a bunch of different directions. Turn that weight on for our armbar. Allow more people to join in on movement. And I love movement. So if you want to join in, I want to find a way for you to do it. Now I'm pushing down into the floor with that leg. But this shoulder is doing a ton of work to stay straight and directly over the joint. Swivel around any way you want, avoid your cat. Second side. Tuck out my arm down there, but you can also switch it to above your head if that's pain-free and if it allows you to roll over more. Even if you don't have a shoulder injury, doing these motions will ensure that you don't get one. That's called prehab. And it's smart, and that's what pro athletes do to stay healthy. Set up for your incline plank with shoulder tap. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Give your butt a little bit of a squeeze. I'm gonna go into our third and final set. If you're pressed on time, you can always make this into a 5-minute workout too. Again, I'm going to link the instructions on how to do this on your own tonal in the description below. When I'm doing this external rotation, I'm trying to not let the rest of my body move. I also usually put a towel underneath my elbow. That helps it stay in place. Last one. Take a look down at your arm. Is that wrist doing you any favors? It should be doing you 0 favors. Turn that weight off. We're coming down for our final round of arm bars. I'm gonna start on my second side this time. After all, we are doing some spicy things. Turning that weight on and rolling. If you're joining in for a 10-minute workout, I want to congratulate you on finding time for yourself, on making self-care a priority. Sometimes 10 minutes all we got. Good on you for making good use of that 10 minutes. Okay, last set of the arm bar. Bonus points if you manage to switch that over gracefully. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. If we were all doing motions like this consistently, the world would be full of adults with happier shoulders. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh my gosh, last movement of the day. We're almost done. We go 3, 2, 1, tapping, squeezing our butt so the hips don't move. If you are liking this workout, if it's something that you're gonna program into your tonal, please give the video a like, subscribe to my channel, because I have more videos on there that make movement accessible to all bodies. We did it! Nice work. Once again, I'm gonna put the description of how to set this up down in the comments below. I'm Natalie Carey. Thank you for being excellent to yourself today.